Oh, yeah! Wide! Whoa, Alex clean. Good shot, good shot. On it! Right! Right! Good, Elvis!
I think, first of all, offensively, it's the first time that they've done a nice job and executed a 2-minute drill at the very end. So that was really good to see. We protected and threw the ball well and caught the ball well. You know, again, I thought there were some bright spots on offense, and I can think of a couple. And then, you know, I go right back to the red zone, and you know, they got the ball 1st and 10 on the 25, and we make 3 mistakes as a quarterback or a running back, and then we missed a field goal. So again, on the flip side, it's we've been in the top 1 or 2 in the nation in touchdowns given up in the red zone the last 2 years. And so that's another good sign for our defense. So again, I'm proud of our players for the way that they practice against each other. We know how to compete, we know how to go hard, and it'll make us a better team. So going into the last week of spring ball, we got 2 practices and then the spring game. And so these guys are finishing this thing up the right way. So proud of the way they competed today.
In terms of separation, you've been asking for that from guys. Anyone that you feel like is trying to stand out from what they did today?
Yeah, which battle are you talking about?
Oh, I just mean in general.
Oh, in general. General
How about
turns into
offensive line?
specific to me. You know, Offensive line-wise, I've been proud of the two guards. The centers, Joe and Austin have had their moments of really good, looks like college centers, and sometimes they look like junior high centers. They go back and forth. I'm really proud of the two guards. I think Tani and Bill Vaval continue to make good strides. Jake Simonich had a really good week at practice, and then he jumps off sides today. So it's kind of that and that. Kevin continues to be a good leader. So I'm happy with those guys. We're going to be all right up front.
More and more you see Swindle stand out, it seems like.
Yeah. We should. He's played a lot in the last 2 years, and it's time for him to step up and be that guy, as a receiver. And we talked to him a lot the last couple of days about just playing at a high level, very, very consistently. The example that I gave him was, the 2 springs that were my first 2 years here is Matt Austin used to come out and dominate these things. Week in and week out, and then you do it all in training camp, and then you ends up being a really good player going forward. And so I think some of those guys that are now becoming, they've been role players and now they're full-time starters and they're expected to be go-to guys. That's got to be a mentality in practice that I am the man, and I am the man practice 11, and the man practice 12, and the spring game, and all summer, and it's just a competitive nature that we all have to have, and that's a process. And I think Brandon's doing a good job of learning that and kind of adapting to it, and today he had a really good day.
So how's Butler done in spring?
Up and down, and I think that's got to become more consistent. He has the potential to be a really, really good wideout in the Mountain West, and you know what? I think our whole wideout group has the potential to be really good with those two and JoJo. JoJo's practiced a little bit better. And it's noticeable in its blocking on the perimeter. I thought he's done a nice job in the last week or so. But those 3, along with Sean Johnson, some young kids, and the 2 junior college kids coming in, I think we're going to be okay at receiver.
What about some of those young linebackers? Chase Christiansen recovers a fumble. Huerta was
I tell you what, Ian Tongiai, Chase Christiansen, and Alex Huerta just need 1,000,000 reps, and they're going to get 1,000,000 reps. They're going to get their lips bloodied, and they're going to get back up and keep battling. Those 3 young guys they're going to play. They're all going to play. We'll see in an expanded role or a legit role come through the summer and training camp. But I'm going to tell you what, my little saying is if you're a puppy, you're going to bite. When you're a puppy, you'll bite when you're a big dog. So, they're not real strong yet, and they don't know the whole defense yet, but I'm going to tell you what, they bite. And they'll hit you, and they play hard, and I'm excited those 3 guys are in the program.
What are you seeing
Matt's
that
turn to be here.
Who's that?
Coach Mack's turn to be here.
Coach Mack is here. Yep, decked out in his Utah State gear. He's been a good friend of the program the last 3 or 4 years, and it's good to get him up and around these guys, and our players respect him. Our players really love him, and he's got a good bond with those O linemen and D linemen, and so just good. Another good guy to have around the program.
You wanted to see secondary. You were talking about secondary. What did you see today then?
Yeah, I'm going to need to go back and watch that exactly because it sure seemed like we threw and caught the ball a whole lot better, which would lead you to believe that maybe there was some breakdowns back there, either coverage-wise or technique-wise. So I'm not real sure, but I'm going to tell you, Daniel Gray and Rashad Stewart, they had a really, really good day yesterday. I thought they had a good day Tuesday. I probably need to go back and watch and see how exactly they played. Devin Centers has played really well. I'm proud of Devin. He's played corner to safety to nickel to a dime. So Devin's done a nice job. Devin will play next year.
Last week on Friday, Liddell Jackson looked like he was back in the mix pretty good.
Liddell's a survivor. He was coming back off that knee injury, and not a whole lot of people gave him a chance to come back. And he just continues to survive and grind, and I'm proud of that kid.
Anything else?
I thought it was real good. Offense and defense, both a lot of give and take. As a defense, I think we gave up too many big plays. No picks from the defense, which is a little disappointing. We need to improve on that. Our goal's 4 turnovers a day, so we didn't meet that one. We need to keep getting more turnovers every practice and every scrimmage.
You had a hard hit on Jefferson Court today. That looked like it shook you up a little bit.
Yeah, knocked the wind out of me a little bit. Try to take care of him a little bit. Next time I won't get him so hard. I tried to lay off, but just the football on me. Want to hit him as hard as I can. So,
Coach wanted to see something out of the secondary. He said today. When you hear that kind of stuff, does he tell you that beforehand?
Oh yeah, of course. He'll tell us if we're not showing up and if we need to start showing up more and make more plays and just be better than we were last practice and stuff. We just got to constantly improve, especially make sure the young guys are getting lined up in the right place and just keep improving in that aspect, which I think today, especially the young guys, were playing real hard and with a lot of effort, which was good.
Anything else?
As far as trying to wrap up this spring and this next week, what do you feel like the defense really needs to do to kind of just finish it up?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep being physical and creating turnovers and playing fast. I mean, especially last week we had a few off days where we weren't our defense, USU defense, and we weren't playing as hard as we should have. Where that's got to be every single day. We can't have one day where we're off, or else we're not going to be constantly improving. So just keep playing as hard and as fast as we can, even if we're making mistakes. We just got to have that attitude that we're going to be faster and run harder and play harder than you guys. And if we do that every day, we're going to improve and finish out spring well.
I thought it went all right. We finished the drill off with the 2-minute drill really well. I thought that was a plus out of it. We've struggled the past couple of days with that, so I think that was really good to get a field goal to quote unquote win the game. So that was a good thing. That was positive.
Had a lot of guys hugging the sideline pretty well on that particular drill, it seemed like.
Yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but really that should be me. That should be me making the read. So, and we got plays going out of there. So, and I think the best thing about it was, we got out of bounds 3 or 4 times on that, so that was pretty good.
What did you see from the defense on the first touchdown? JoJo throws it to Swindle.
That was honestly just a double pass, so I had one job to do. I just had to get the ball to JoJo behind me. So, and from JoJo, that was a pretty good ball. I mean, for a wide receiver.
You don't usually somersault after a touchdown.
Yeah, that's JoJo. JoJo's funny. He has a personality, and it's awesome. So it makes things enjoyable.
Jordan, what's it been like for you when you got thrown into it to play last year? What have you used this as more of how have you used this as a learning experience for you at this spot now to learn a lot more?
Just getting a lot of reps. I think that was the main thing about it. About spring was getting a lot of reps and really becoming more quicker with everything. And getting thrown in the fire up like that, you really get a good feel for the game. And we went on a really good run thanks to the defense. The defense did a really good job throughout the whole thing.
But do you feel like is it? I know they always talk about slowing down the game. Does
Right.
that happen a lot
yeah.
here, where you finally started? Okay, I see now what I was doing, or that kind of stuff.
Correct. Yeah, that's I think definitely the one thing that has come about is the game has really slowed down for me, and it's not as fast as what it is. And the first game against New Mexico, the first game really against Boise, everything's going by you really fast, and next thing you know, it's over. But now everything's slowed down really well, and it's really good.
As far as the running game, it seems like Shot Hall has really kind of done some nice things this spring. What do you see him do up front?
I think what he does really well is he reads blockers really well, and he gets into holes. And sometimes you just need to get up and just try to move the pile 3 yards. I think he does a really good job of that. So, I think that's a good thing about Rashad.
What did you see from LeBradford today?
LB, he's a big guy, and he gets downhill and he was making some pretty good plays. So, and the one thing about LB, he came in as an athlete, so he's still pretty athletic. I see. So.